Hey all, it's Natalie, and I'm here today with a Halloween layout. We're approaching the day fast. I am using these fabulous photos of my son last year in his costume, and look, these are from My Pretty Things by Erin Thompson. And we just finished a virtual holiday retreat. And she created these peppermint candy dies, and they're so cute. And then I was telling her I was going to color them like one of the classes taught us to do in the retreat. And she said, yes, what if you colored them Halloween colors? And I was like, yes, queen, thank you for that idea. And I did it, and I love it. And I decided to use them for a trick-or-treat layout because you get candy when you go trick-or-treating, right? So this cut file is from Cherry on Top, and it says trick-or-treat. And I'm going to use that cute little Echo Park paper to back it. But of course, I can't just leave it at that little simple title. Because Lachlan is posing so fabulously in the photos, it's giving trick or treat because I just thought that would be really fun. So, and our costumes were very purple last year. He was Willy Wonka and he was purple, and then Lachlan was this purple dragon. So, and they both had some purple in their hair too. So since my candies have all the Halloween colors, they have black and orange and a little bit of green and some purple. I chose some papers that coordinated with those. I also used some really gorgeous glittery embossing powder that Erin had exclusively made for her holiday kit. So that's the sparkle that you see on there. I was going to ink up the papers, but before I did that, I knew I wanted to add some splatter onto this background, so I wanted to do that so it could dry. This is some shimmery textured cardstock from Photoplay, Womp, and I'm going to add my favorite white linen spray, and then I'm going in with a little bit of Distress Oxide in this purple color. It will sit nicely. I don't have any gesso on this. It probably would have ruined the sheen anyway if I did, but I'm not adding a ton of liquid. But the Distress Oxide will show up nicely on that black. So now I'll set that aside to dry. I'm going to rough up the edges on this Simple Stories paper. I didn't rough up the edges on that orange paper because it was very thin. It was like a really old piece, but it's fine. It's just going to lay underneath, barely be seen anyway. But I actually really like the white that shows when I rough up the edges on this, so I'm not going to ink that one up. But then on the purple piece, sorry about the earthquake, I'm going to just kind of do some folds. I'm going to score my paper. I'm going to fold it in a bunch of different directions, and then it's just going to have this like geometric fold pattern on it. And it's just going to give it some texture. And I actually really like it. I'm going to kind of look into some paper folding techniques and maybe incorporate this on a few other pages or a card maybe. That could be cool. I'm not really great at it, but I could get better, I guess, probably with like the creasing and using my bone folder. I didn't really push too hard on it, which is one reason why the creases aren't so strong. Prominent, I guess is the word I'm looking for, but I really like the way it looks, and I think it gave it a cool texture, especially because the stripes are going across the paper. I don't know, it looks cool. So that's what you see me doing here. All that to say, that's what I'm doing here, and I will rough that up as well and ink up the edges. I will say, if you're gonna rough up the edges on a folded piece, maybe do it before, just because it's obviously a little less sturdy once I fold it so many times. But I mean, I didn't go after it too hard with that paper distressor, so it held up fine. And then I am going to ink up the edges of that one because I want it to pop up off the page really nicely. And set that aside to dry for just a moment. I did think about sewing, but honestly, I'm not going to lie, I got up in the middle of the night to make this page because I was awake anyway, right? So I didn't want to make too much racket. I probably still made some racket, but the sewing machine would have been kind of noisy, so I didn't want to do that. I am going to pop up that one like prominent photo of him being like, yes, with some foam tape. So, and it's kind of going to be like the centerpiece and kind of nestle between the die cut letters. I am going to adhere everything down directly to the page with no other foam tape really, because I just want that photo to be prominent. And the candies that I made are really dimensional. In the retreat class, they were actually supposed to be a shaker, but I did forego that part of the element. These, I think, are Paper Pals Productions. I don't even know if they still make them. This was a long time ago, but I love them, and they have little foil bits. So since I'm doing this horizontal line thing, I decided to add a couple of those. So now we're kind of putting placement down on the page. But yeah, I'll have a little reel or a short up later as well, showing how I like heat embossed the candies. I'm not gonna show the coloring because it took me a while and I just did it like sitting in front of the TV, but also it was like part of the class and I am no expert. I did not teach that class, and that's going to be just exclusive for the retreat recipients. But if you like the die, I will have an affiliate link down below to Erin's store. It's called My Pretty Things. So please use that affiliate link if you'd like to buy anything. She's got new products coming in all the time. And like I said in previous video, I'm furloughed, so any little bit helps. That would be great. I'm going to tuck it underneath. I was going to overlap it, but still plenty of it is showing. Oh, also on those candies, the bows are from a different die set. The bows are from the gingerbread die set. So just in case you're looking at Erin's store and looking for the bows, they don't come with the candies. They come from different die sets. She also has like other bows, which are really cute. Now it's time to embellish. Oh, I'm putting the part of the title. So I have these green alphas. Those are from Pink Fresh Studio, but I really like them because there's not a lot of green on the page, but there's just little pops. And so I thought that would be fun to just use that green color. So it's giving trick or treat, and it is. I found this cool little frame that's from an Echo Park ephemera kit. So I'm going to use that in a couple places. And it again has that green in it. It really actually looks super similar to one of the candies that I colored. So I'm going to stick that down in a couple of places. It's going to anchor like my subtitle. So the title is It's Giving Trick or Treat. And then underneath that, there's a little subtitle that says it's all about the candy. It's not though. It's all about that costume. He was really feeling himself. The group photo of him and his brother and his cousin, I didn't even get him to take off his mask, which is hilarious. So like someday in the future, no one will know who's the little boy in the mask, but he did have it off here. I pulled these out of my stash, really old, but the purple was perfect, and there were glitter and there were bats, and there were bats on the sticker sheet from Echo Park that I wanted to incorporate as well. So I liked the white border around them too, because just a few pops of white in the page otherwise. So I decided to keep that border on there and kind of put them with the glitter bats. So we're doing an odd number. You saw me show you 4 candies, but odd numbers are usually very pleasing to the eye, very good for a visual triangle. So I only used 3. I'm going to use the other one on a card or another layout. And then I added this sticker, the spider web, and then the spider, but the spider had eyes and the bats don't have eyes. So I decided the spider shouldn't have eyes either. So I color in the eyes, and it just vibes really well with the other bats, I feel like. And so I think you can't even tell unless you're looking for it. I did add sequins off screen, but to be honest with you, I kind of wish I didn't. I might pop them back off and just like kind of turn the glue dots that they were on into splatters. I don't know. But anyway, here's the final layout. I'm going to put my affiliate links down below if you want to go shopping. Let me know if you have any questions, and I hope you enjoyed this. If you don't already, please subscribe to my channel. Thanks, y'all. Bye.